Hey guys, Raida here, and I'm back with another video. So, I've been having some thoughts and concerns about Club Penguin recently, and I thought it would be best if I laid them out all in a video. The game isn't the same game that I grew up with, and I'm sure many of you agree with that. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing what I don't agree with, and my overall opinions on the game as it is today. Please note that most of what I discuss is based on today's game, my opinions, and the reality that we are presented with. Okay, so the first topic is lack of communication. Club Penguin does not communicate with their players as often as they should, in my opinion. As you know, the game is owned by Disney, and they have set forth many restrictions. For example, Club Penguin isn't allowed to interact with us on any social media platforms. This includes Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Yeah, for some strange reason, they disabled the ability to comment on YouTube videos starting last year. Some might say that this is because of the law that deals with companies and children under 13. Well, I looked into this and I really couldn't find anything that states that companies aren't allowed to interact with their fans on social media. If it was a law, all companies wouldn't be allowed to do this. Animal Jam and Wizard 101 do engage with their players. At this point, I'm assuming this is a Disney thing, and I don't agree with it at all. They aren't even allowed to comment on fan blogs, and they used to, so I have no idea what changed. The second part of this lack of communication revolves around Project Super Secret. Yep, the new game, the new 3D game. Club Penguin has been calling it that ever since it was announced primarily, and it's been in development for over 3 years now, and we have seen the smallest fraction of it. At this point in time, I really think we should be getting videos showcasing some of the new features, what you will be able to do, among other things. I mean, considering they are this far into development and we are still being shown things like emotes and concept art, it's concerning. The mortality of players is extremely low given the state that the game is in, and to be honest, Club Penguin has to ensure us that this extremely long wait is worth it. And well, they haven't been doing that at this point. If you ask Club Penguin a question about the new game on, let's say, Disney Mix, there's a good chance you will get a reply. This means that they can talk about it a little bit, and something big that was revealed recently is that your items won't transfer over to the new game. This is huge news, and it was only revealed to about, 5% of players. In my opinion, a blog post really should be made. They have to spill the beans at some point, right? I know so many people who play the game in order to collect pins and dress up your penguin. They deserve to know, just like we do. Would it hurt to do a Q&A about the new game on the blog? You know, pick 10 or 20 questions and answer them. I really can't see any harm in this. And finally, my last concern with this topic is I feel like Club Penguin, they don't respond to our concerns. For example, when the Mary Waller's Party debuted, there was a big outrage. It wasn't good at all, to be honest, and many players were confused as to why Club Penguin did what they did. They never made a blog post or told us why they did the party the way they did. Back in the day, when Club Penguin changed the newspaper design to the one we have today, many players were upset. They preferred the older one. I was one of those players. Billy Bob made a new blog post within a few days, explaining why they decided to change it, and ensured us that the extra time would be used to make other areas better. Club Penguin, they just don't take the time to address our concerns like they used to. Alright, so my second topic is all about bugs. They're bugs. They will be in any virtual world, and that's normal. However, they are usually fixed in an appropriate time span. The thing with Club Penguin is that they simply aren't. There are some bugs that haven't been fixed for years. Yes, years. Some examples include the moderator badge icon, where if you're on a popular server and you click it, nothing loads, and you're forced to log out. It's a very annoying bug and has been reported many times, but yet it still hasn't been fixed, even though it's been over 2 years. The friends list is another area. The new list turns 5 years old this October, and still has bugs that prevents it from working. 5 years later and it still doesn't work. That's just ridiculous if you ask me. The friends list won't even open sometimes, and it still tells you a friend is offline even though they really aren't. And more recently, it causes the game to freeze for a few seconds. This lag happens every 2 minutes. I mean, what's the point in reporting these bugs if they won't get fixed? Club Penguin even made a blog post back in June saying that they are going to be fixing bugs, and told us to leave a comment below telling them to, leave some other bugs for them. So we did our part, left the comments, and very few bugs, if any, have been fixed since. So when you become a ninja for the first time, Sensei tells you to go to the ninja hideout. For all of you who don't know, that room was removed over 3 years ago. It wouldn't take a long time to fix, and has been reported so many times. Trayman even gets a comment once in a while on his ninja hideout page with a confused user asking where the room is. Yep, they haven't fixed it. Another thing that really bothered me was the third Frozen takeover. What Club Penguin basically did was they select all the files from last year and they pasted them on their server. So last year there were some bugs with the party, and they returned again this year with some new ones. The ski lift at the ski village is completely broken, the fire at the lounge isn't animated, and the EPF headquarters was replaced with the older one before they added the PSA missions. But yeah, Club Penguin did replace the stage name with the Puffleberry Mall at the plaza, but they didn't change the room trigger so that when you click on the room, it actually loads. All these bugs tell me that Club Penguin either doesn't have a QA team anymore, or they really couldn't be bothered to test out this party. Okay, so moving on to my third concern is content. In June 2014, I published an article that talked about how each party reuses the same mechanics as the last one. What I mean by this is that ever since 2014, Club Penguin's parties relied on the same click 3 objects in a room and you get a prize. These objects are often placed in plain sight and are completely obvious. Spikehike even read the article and said he passed it on to the team. To be honest, I really haven't seen that much of a change. They could switch things up and perhaps do more scavenger hunts like they used to do. I mean, would it hurt to do more of them? Actually hide things in the room, and instead of telling you exactly where to go, give a riddle. Older players would be happy, and it would encourage younger players to ask for help from other players. More recently, Club Penguin seems to be on a takeover kick. Back in 2013, they decided to do 3 takeovers consecutively in a row. Many players weren't happy that they did 3 in a row, and Spikehike said next time that they would be spaced out. Well, fast forward to 2016, and they did it again. The last 3 parties have all been takeovers. The worst part about this, though, is that the takeovers in pretty much every party this year has lasted almost 2 months long. 2 months. Parties were never designed to last that long. 3 takeovers are going to last almost 6 months combined. That's half a year. It's not called Club Disney or Club Party. It's called Club Penguin. In my opinion, parties lasting 2 months is ridiculous and way overdone. Some might say that the takeovers bring in more traffic than a normal party would, and yeah, that might have been true a few years ago, but it isn't anymore. Club Penguin's traffic continues to drop. There are 2 kinds of players. The younger ones, I would assume, prefer takeovers because, Club Penguin wouldn't make them if nobody liked them, and they would also like the recent changes Club Penguin has done over the last few years. The older players, on the other hand, like things more simple. They don't really like most takeovers, but instead prefer original Club Penguin party. They say they listen to both sides, but again, in my opinion, I haven't been seeing that in recent months. And that's pretty much it. I won't lie, I don't agree with how Club Penguin has been handling things these past few months. Yeah, I realize that the main focus is no longer the game that me and you both play, but please just don't let it completely go. The final 3 parties this year will be Halloween, the Music Jam, and the Holiday Party. All, that's a great selection. It would be great if they brought back some older rooms for this year's Halloween. They have been reusing the same rooms for the past 3 years, and if they did bring the older ones back, it would only turn out good for them and for us. It would give new players a chance to experience something new, and give us older players a chance to relive some epic decorations. And yeah, I realize the older rooms aren't in the new room style, but at this point, does it really matter? For the Music Jam, I hope it resembles the classic ones. I wasn't a fan of the most recent one, with the cruise ship, because it was just a cruise ship, and the island itself was ignored. And I wouldn't mind if they brought the ship back and decorated the island, but please don't just bring the ship. Don't get me wrong, I love the game and hate to see it in its darkest times. it would be awesome if Club Penguin could perhaps reply to this and address some of my concerns. Yeah, so just please note that most of what I said in the video are simply my opinions. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my thoughts? Do you have other concerns of your own? Leave a comment below and let me know. Alright guys, have a great day and I'll catch you later.